The next one say at the beginning of the year. So at the beginning of the year, what are we going to do? Joycelyn, what are we going to do at the beginning of the year?
We're going to calculate for annuity due.
Today. So what are we going to do it's the same formula, but we are going to do something to the 4,000, isn't it?
Yes.
So what are you going to do to the 4,000?
I think we'll multiply it by 1 plus R, the rate,
Okay, we increase it by 1.2.
the interest.
Okay. So you get 4,800. Then your C will now be 4,000 what? 800. Then that is what you're going to do. So you increase your 4,000 by 1.2, and that will give you 4,800. Then you now use the 4,200 for that particular one. Let's look at the question 2. You are planning for your. Is someone calling me?
Yes, please. I have a question.
Okay.
So for the A part, is it that the A will not be used for anything?
The what?
The A part.
The A part at the end of the.
Yeah, the A.
No,
8 is not going to be used.
you can do it 8, but it's supposed to be 6 because we are investing for only 6 years.
Oh,
So
okay.
I have to change that one to 8. I have to change it to 6 rather. Are you okay?
Okay.
All right. You are planning for your child's education and decide therefore to make a contribution of 5,000 each year into a special education fund operated by Max Insurance Limited. If the funds pay 15% and you undertook a 10-year plan, how much will you accumulate for the child's education at the end of the 10 years if contribution is made at the end of the year? Contribution is made beginning of the year. You can see that it's the same thing, isn't it? It's the same question, isn't it? It's the same thing that we did under this one. So you have the first one is annuity, ordinary annuity, which the 5,000 is now the C. The C is the amount that you are putting there, the amount that you are putting there, or the amount that you are borrowing. That is the C. The C is the amount that you'll be depositing or you'll be borrowing at the end of every year or at the end of the specified period. That is the C. That is the C. So they are saying that how much will you accumulate for the child's education at the end of the 10 years? So what are we looking for, future value or present value?
Future value.
Future value. So how do we calculate future value for ordinary annuity? How do we calculate future value for ordinary annuity? Future value is calculated as what? Future value is calculated as what? C times into bracket 1 plus R or exponent n minus 1 divided by what? R. That is how we calculate our what? Future value of ordinary annuity. If you account to annuity due, we just increase the C, which is the 5,000 by the 1.15. I hope we can do it. I hope we can do it. I want to move on to another one.
Yes.
Okay. Let's move on to what we call sinking fund provision. Sinking fund provision. Okay. With a sinking fund, what we normally do is that, you see, you want to buy a car. If you want to buy a car, you want to buy your car at the beginning of 4 years. You don't have the money. You know that you don't have the money to buy the car at the beginning of the 4 years. So you have the plan now that you're going to buy a car or you're going to build a house at the end of the 3 years. What will you be doing now? Jocelyn, if you have that plan that you're going to buy a car at the end of the 3 years, what will you be doing now towards that particular plan? Jocelyn, what will you be doing now towards that 3 years plan? Jocelyn.
I'll save.
You will be
Saving some money.
You'll be saving some money towards that, isn't it? All right. So these savings that you'll be doing towards that money, sometimes people decide to be doing it at the end of a given period. So they will say every year I should go and put maybe 100,000 there. Every year I should go and put 100,000 over there. So that at the end of the 3 years, I will get my money and go and buy the car. So sinking fund, it just it, mostly the government, those who did PSC, you know that the government put up a sinking fund to redeem its debts. They are funds, special funds set aside to cater for what the interest on debts and also the repayment of what debts. It's a special fund created by the government to. It is always for debt repayment or interest on debts. So they have a sinking fund there that at the end of every year they will make a disbursement to the sinking fund. The money over there, you are not going to use it for any purpose, specifically for debt or something like that, long-term debt or something like that. Are you okay? So sinking fund is an investment or is a provision made for a specific project. So you say that, okay, I want to buy a car or I want to build a house at the end of the 5 years. So I'm going to have an investment that I'll be putting money over there at the end of every year towards that particular 5 years plan. So that is what we call the sinking fund. So sinking fund basically refers to an investment into which an equal annual installments are made and are added to previous amount to earn interest so that by the end of the given number of years, the investment will be larger enough to pay off a known commitment. A known commitment. The commitment over here is a car that you are saying that you want to buy. You can go for the car on credit today, and the person will say you have to pay at the end of the 3 years. So you have to be putting the money into an investment at the end of every period or at the end of every year, at the end of every quarter, at the end of every 6 months towards the repayment of that particular loan or that particular amount of money that you are owing the person. That is a sinking fund. So for the sinking fund, what we normally do is that we can only use future value for what? The sinking fund, because the money is going to be taken at a later date. The money to be taken at the future. So we use future value of annuities for sinking fund. We use future value of annuities for sinking fund. But what is the next question? The future value formula, which of them? Is it annuity due or ordinary annuity? The question will specify that. Either you are going to be depositing the money at the end of the year or at the beginning of the year. So for sinking fund, we use future value of annuities to determine that. Future value of annuities to determine that. Future value of annuities to determine that. So if payments are made at the end of each year, the formula is now the sinking fund amount is equal to amount that you'll be depositing at the end of every year times the 1 plus r or exponent n minus 1 all divided by r. This is same as future value of ordinary annuity. So if you are depositing the money at the end of every year, we use the future value of ordinary annuity. If it is at the beginning of each year, we use the future value of annuity due. Annuity due. So let's look at this first question. A customer has instructed his bank to transfer 400 cedis from his bank account to his savings account at the end of each year for 4 years. Interest rate on 7 is 10% per annum. What is the size of the savings account at the end of the 4th year? Show sinking fund schedules to show the growth of the fund. To show the growth of the fund. So the customer has instructed his bank to transfer 400 cedis from his bank, from his current account to his savings account at the end of each year for 4 years. So how would the disbursement be done? At the end of every year, the bank will transfer what? 400 cedis from his current account to his what? Savings account, isn't it? And the interest that will be earned on the account is what? 10% per annum. They're asking you to what is the size of the savings account at the end of the what? The 4th year. What are they asking us to do? They're asking us to calculate the future value of the investment, isn't it? The future value of the investment. The future value of the investment. how do we calculate the future value of the investment? How do we calculate the future value of the investment? This investment, is it ordinary annuity or annuity deal? Is it ordinary annuity or annuity deal? Jocelyn, is it ordinary annuity or annuity due? Jocelyn, the question is it ordinary annuity or
Ordinary.
annuity?
Ordinary.
Ordinary annuity. So we look at the present value of ordinary annuity. Present value is equal to A, or you can make it, forget about present value, just make it Xn is equal to A into brackets 1 plus R bracket closes or exponent what? Or exponent N minus 1 or divided by R, isn't it? So what is the amount that the person will be, what is the amount that will be deposited into the account every year? It's 400 Ghana cedis, isn't it? 400 Ghana cedis. What is the interest rate?
10%.
So we come here, we have our Xn is equal to 400 Ghana cedis into bracket 1.1, isn't it?
Yes.
Or exponent what? Or exponent 4, or
Yes.
1 is 1 divided by
Zero.
divided
One.
by 0.1. Okay. What's the good answer? How much are we getting? How much are we getting? Habakkuk, how much are you getting? Error? Joycelyn.
Say the minus one. Is it closer to the number of years? So
No,
it's
no, no,
four
no, no.
minus one.
No. It's not 4 minutes. The exponent, you do the first one first before you subtract 1 from the answer.
One from it. So okay.
Yeah. But because I'm using this one, I can't type 4. That is why. All right.
That got 1856.4.
Okay. 1856.4. Okay.
Yeah.
108,556.4. That is it, isn't it? All right. So that is the future value of the investment. The question says we should show the schedule of the sinking fund. The schedule of the sinking fund. So the schedule, what we normally do is that the schedule, what they are talking about is that just show the growth of the fund. How would the fund grow? How would the investment grow? That is what they're talking about. So what we do is that we show the growth per year. Every year we show the growth. So you come here, then you look at the amounts. How would the amounts, which amount? Then you look at the interest on the amounts. Then you look at the total amount at the end of the year. So year one, what are we having? Year one. When would the amount be invested? is at the end of every year, isn't it? The amount to be invested at the end of every year.
Yeah.
So what I will do is that let me make this one amount at the beginning. Let me put at the beginning here. Or let me just put at the beginning here. Let me put beginning here. Let me put at the end. End. Let me put end here. So at the beginning, are we going to have any amounts in the investments? At the beginning, are we going to have any amounts in the investments? At the beginning of the year, are we going to have any amount in the investments?
No.
No, because the money will be transferred at the end of every year, isn't it?
Yes.
So are we going to earn any interest for year one?
No.
No, because the money won't be there. We only earn interest on amounts from the beginning to the end. So what will be the end amount?
400.
400. So it will be at the end that they will put 400 into the investments. Okay. Era, Jocelyn, are you okay with this one? So at the beginning is how much
No,
do you
sir,
have to?
me, sir, even the 1,856, I'm not getting it.
Okay, let me take it again. Do one plus R, isn't it? 1
Yes,
plus R, which is 1.1, isn't it?
yes,
Or exponent 4.
okay,
What did you get?
I'm coming. I had 1.464.
Then you subtract 1 from it.
Okay,
Multiply by 400.
okay,
Divided by 0.1.
okay. So it's
Are you,
always the bracket one, then you multiply with the C.
you see the 1 plus R or exponent n minus 1.
Uh-huh.
You can even divide that one by the 0.1 before you multiply the answer by 400. You still get the same answer.
Okay,
Okay, are you okay now? So you do it if you are not
yeah,
sure how you will put all of them into the calculator. Do it one by one.
okay,
So if you talk about a sinking fund schedule, we are just showing how the investment will grow. So what we normally do is that we show the amounts or the years that the money will be invested, the amount at the beginning, the interest end, and the amount that you are going to be having in the investment at the end. So this one, the person is instructing the bank that they should transfer the money at the end of every year. Are you getting it? So that means at the beginning of the year, the person is not going to have any amount of money in the savings account because the 400 will be transferred at the end. So at the beginning, the balance for the account will be 0, isn't it? Joyce, are you okay?
Yes.
yes,
Okay. If you come to the interest too, since you don't have any amount in the account, you are not going to earn any interest. Are you okay?
yes,
So, but at the end, you will now have 400 because the money will be transferred at the end of the year. So you now have 400 in the account.
400.
Okay.
Yeah,
So at the beginning of the year, how much will you have in year 2? At the beginning of year 2, how much are you going to have?
400.
400. This will end. So the interest will be paid on the 400, isn't it?
Yes,
The interest is 10%. How much are you earning at for that particular year? How much are you earning?
What?
40. So at the end, how much are you going to have in the account?
440.
440.
440. So at the end, what would the bank do again?
They'll roll it over again.
No, the bank will still transfer 400 to your account again. The 400 is transferred at the end of every year.
Ah, yes, yes,
So you
Okay,
are going to
okay.
have 840 in your account, isn't it?
yes, yes.
At the beginning of year 3, how much will be in your account?
840.
840.
840. And you earn interest of how much on it? 84.
Yes.
So at the,
10%.
so at the end of the year, how much are you going to have? You have the 840 plus 84, then plus the 400 transfer, isn't it?
400.
All right.
Yes.
Yes.
I hope you are following.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Plus 400. Then how much will be that? 1324. Are we okay?
24.
So at the beginning of year 4, how much will you be
Yes.
having in the account?
1324.
1324. You earn interest of how much on it? 10%.
10%.
That will you give us how much?
And three.
1456.
No, 10% too. It's 132.4.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. 132.4. So at the end of year 4, how much will you be having? It will be the beginning balance plus the interest plus the additional transfer, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
So that will give us how much?
1856.4.
Okay, 1856 point what? 4. Is it the same as the future
Including
value?
65.
Okay, okay, should be 56, right?
Yes.
Is it the same as the future value calculated?
Yes.
Okay, this is how the future value that you have calculated. This is how the money is going to grow. This is how the money is going to grow. So if the question says that the money will be transferred at the beginning of every year, it means that at the beginning of year 1, you are going to have 400, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Then you earn interest of what?
10%.
Which is 40.
Yes.
Then you have a balance of 440 because the money will be transferred at the end at the beginning of every year. So
Yes.
if you come to the beginning of year 2, you have your 440 plus the additional transfer. So you are going to have 840. Then you earn interest on that one.
140.
Are you getting the
Mm.
trend?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that's how we show the the sinking fund model. Let's pick a question, maybe past question on the sinking fund. Then we'll look at how we go about it. That is all about the sinking fund setup.
Please, I have a question there.
Okay.
So can you decide to use the schedule instead of the formula? Because the schedule is
The question will ask you to calculate the amount and still show the schedule.
okay.
So sometimes if you do the schedule, you can just put the formula there. Then you just come and put the final answer there because at the end of the day, the future value must be the same as the schedule amount at the end of the period.
Okay.
Are you
So,
okay?
so what we calculated for, that's the first one before the schedule. It is
Yes.
the future value of what the
Eh,
ordinary,
the
ordinary.
investment at the end of the year
But I'm
Okay.
saying that the formula that we use,
is the
is it
ordinary
the future
annuity,
value?
the future value of ordinary annuity.
Okay.
Okay, let's look at the second one. Assuming the customer's instruction to the bank was the first transfer should be made now, followed by the same amount of 400 for 3 more years. What is the size of the account after 4 years? Show sinking fund schedules to show the growth of the fund. Are you okay? So you can see that this one is going to be annuity what?
Annuity due.
Annuity due. So what we'll do is that we increase the 400 by 1.1, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's show that. Let's show that. I hope you're okay with this shadow.
Yes.
Okay, let me just show the. So just do that one and give me the answer. Increase the 400 by 0.1 or increase the 400 by 10%. You get 440, isn't it? Then you now use the 440 for the formula. Let me just show it here. Future value is equal to A into bracket 1 plus R, another bracket 1 plus R, or exponent n minus 1, all divided by R. Are we okay? So feature value will now be equal to 400 multiplied by 1.1 into bracket 1.1 or exponent 4 minus 1 or divided by 0.1. How much are we getting?
Please, I thought the question said the first 3 years. So.
You are going to do that. You see, that is what I want to talk about now. Assuming the should be made now, followed by the same amount for 3 more years. So you have 1 now before the 3 more years will follow.
Okay.
So you are doing the transfer now before you do an additional transfer for 3 more years. So you're having 4 years in all. Are you okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right. So how much are we getting? How much are you getting? Era, Joycelyn, Habakkuk, Ibrahim. How much are you getting?
So is that 0.1 dividing all the figures or just the
Yeah, all the figures. You can divide by all the figures, or you can just divide by the 1. You get the same answer.
Okay.
How much are you getting?
5856.4.
No. Joycelyn, what did you get? Habakkuk, do it 1 by 1. 1
2042.
2042, yes, 0.04.
0.04. Yeah.
Okay. Habakkuk.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, what you do is that you see the 1.1.
Uh-huh.
Okay, if you want to put it in the calculator at once, what you do is that you have 400 multiplied by 1.1, isn't it?
Yeah.
Then you open another bracket. So the 1.1 should be in a separate bracket. Then you open another bracket. 1.1 exponent 4. Then before you bring the 1.1, bring 2 brackets. So 400 multiplied by 1.1, the bracket closes. Then you bring 2 brackets before the
Okay.
1.1 exponent 4. Then you bring minus 1.
Oh, okay. The -1 is not on the exponential.
No. It's a figure on its own. Then you divide all by 0.1. You get 20.4.
I took it from the exponent.
Okay. So if you just have the formula in your head. Okay. So this will give us 2042.04. Are we okay? Let's count to the schedule. We have the year. We have beginning. You have the amount at the beginning. We have interest and we have the amount at the end. Okay. At the beginning of the year, how much are you going to have in the accounts? At the beginning of the year, at the beginning of the year, how much are we going to have in the accounts?
440.
No, at the beginning of the year,
400.
we are going to have 400. Are we going to earn interest?
Yes.
We are going to have interest of 10% on the 400. That will give us how much?
40.
40. So at the end, we are going to have 440 in the account, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Year 2, how much are we going to have? We are going to have 440 plus additional transfer, isn't it?
Yeah.
That will give
Yes.
us what? 840. Because the transfer is made at the beginning of the year. So you have your balance from the year 1 plus the transfer, the additional transfer. So how much will be the interest earned?
84.
44.
No, the interest earned 10% is what?
84.
84. So 84 plus 840 is what?
94.
Jocelyn, interest is calculated on only the money that you have from the beginning to the end. So the beginning of year one, you are going to have your 440 plus additional transfer. So you have this 840 in the account from the beginning to the end. So you earn interest on the 840, not the 440. Are you okay? Jocelyn, are you okay there?
Yes, please.
So the figure will be 924, isn't it? At the end. So at the beginning of year three, we are going to have our closing balance from year two plus the additional what? Transfer, isn't it?
Yes.
So that will be 1324. How much will be the interest?
132.4.
2.4.
1.32.4. 132.4. What will be the closing balance?
1, 4.
1456.4. What will be the opening balance at the beginning of year four? It will be the closing balance from year three plus the additional transfer, isn't it?
1856.4.
1856.4. 1856.4. So what will be the interest?
185.64.
185.
0.64.
185.64. So what will be the amount at the end of the year?
Yeah.
What will be the amount at the end of the year?
2041.
2042.04.
Okay. So you can see that it's the same thing at the future value, isn't it? So if you are doing this at the end of the period of the investment that is not equal to your future value, it means that you have to go and do something again. Are you okay? This is how we show the sinking fund schedule. Do you have any problem with it? I want us to finish the time value of money before we go and be solving questions. Not that we take it to another this one again. So we are finishing everything today. We are left with loan amortization. If you go to the bank and go and take loan, how do the bank calculate the interest and amount that you are paying every year? That is the loan amortization. So this is all about the sinking fund. Yeah.
Senior, so assuming the question is just open and asks you to find the amounts at the end of a particular period, can you decide to use the schedule sort of the formula? So
Okay,
the question,
that one is your choice, but you have to know that you are using time.
but that one is easier.
The schedule is easy, isn't it?
So,
Is it that you can't keep the formula in your head, or
yes.
maybe in the exam they will provide it? I don't know whether they have been providing formulas, but I don't know whether these ones will be part.
Okay.
But the only way you can keep the formula is to practice more questions on the annuities.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, it's to practice more questions on the annuities.
They look similar, the future and the present. So
Yeah, the future, you know that the one plus R will come first, but the present, the one will come first minus that one. So maybe if you can keep that one too, that's okay.
okay, thank you.
All right. So let's look at what we call loan amortization. Okay, let me read the last one and see whether. Okay, let's try the third one. Then we move on to loan amortization. Loan amortization is the last thing that we do. Are you okay?
Yes.
Okay, loan amortization is the last one that we do. It's the same loan amortization. We use the same formula. We use the annuity formula. Okay, Clean Bond Limited has bought an asset with a lifespan of 4 years. At the end of the 4 years, a replacement of the asset will cost what? 12,000. In this direction, the company has decided to provide for this future commitment by setting up a sinking fund account into which equal annual investment will be made at the end of each year. Interest rate on the investment will be 12% per annum. So the 12,000 over here, is it the amount that we are going to be contributing at the end of every year, or is the future value?
That is the future value.
That is the future value. So what we have to do is that we have to calculate the amount that we will be putting in the investment at the end of every year, isn't it? All right.
Yes.
So the question is saying that required calculate the annual installment. The annual installment is that how much will you be putting into the account at the end of every year? The 12,000 is the amount that you are going to use to buy the assets at the end of the 4 years. So the 12,000 now becomes what? The future what? Value. The future value. Are you okay? All right. Draw up the sinking fund schedule to show the growth of the fund. Draw up the sinking fund schedule to grow up the fund. Draw up a sinking fund schedule to grow up the fund. Okay. So what we do is that let's count. So in this case, you can see that we are not using amount to find future value. We are now using future value to find the what? The amount, isn't it?
Yes.
All right. So what we do is that the same formula. But in this case, we have A into brackets 1 plus R, or exponent what? N minus 1, or divided by R. Okay. So in this case, our Sn in the question is what? Is 12,000. Okay. Is equal to, then now we don't know the A. We are looking for the A, isn't it? So we have A multiplied by 1. What is the interest rate? 12%. 1.12. Exponent what? What is the exponent? What is the number of years? It's 4.
4.
1 is what? 1. All divided by what? 0.1 what? 2. Are you okay? Okay. Going for the what? 12,000. The SCM for all the side is what? The R, isn't it? Okay. So what you do is that take your calculator. Do 1.12 exponent 4. 1.12 exponent 4. Have we done that? Have we all done that? Jocelyn, have we done that?
Yes, sir.
Era, have we done that? Jocelyn, have we done that? Jocelyn, are you there?
I'm lost, though. I don't even know the formula you are using now.
We are using the same formula, the future value of ordinary annuity. Do you have the question with you?
Yes.
Okay. As both, so in this direction, the company has decided to provide for this future commitment by setting up a sinking fund into which equal annual investment will be made at the end of each year. So this is ordinary annuity. Are you okay?
Yes.
So it's the same as the future value of the ordinary annuity, but the future value, we don't put the FV over there. We put XN, which is the sinking fund.
Oh, okay.
Are you okay? So it's the same formula, but we don't put the future value over here again. We put XN to replace it, to replace the future value. The XN is now that we are not doing annuity again, but we are doing sinking fund. So the SN represent the future value of the sinking fund. Are you okay? All right. So what you do is that the 12,000 is the future value. Is equal to, then you do 1.12 exponent 4. What is the answer that you get?
Okay.
What did you get? Did you get 1.57 something? Did you get 1.57 something? Abaco, was that what you got?
No, sir.
1.12 exponent 4.
Mm-hmm.
You got 1.57 something, isn't it?
Yes.
So that will be minus 1. It is 1 plus r or exponent n minus 1. So that will be minus.
So minus 1, you're getting 0.57.
So what will happen again? You divide this one by r, isn't it?
Yeah,
So divide this by 0.12.
4.7 is
So 4.779 something, isn't it?
8.
So
Yeah.
that will be, you multiply that by the a. Because we don't know the a. If you know the a, we multiply that particular one by the a and get the future value, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we don't know the a. We see this is multiplied by 4.779.
8. Okay.
Let's just make
I thought you said 2
779.
decimal points.
Yeah, you approximate the final answer, not this one.
Okay.
Okay, so what do we do now? We divide both sides by the 4.799 something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So divide the 12,000 by the 4.779, give me the answer.
2510.813.
Okay. 2510.81. Okay, 2510.8. So that is the amount that you'll be putting in the investment at the end of every year, isn't it? Let's come to the simple function. You have the year. You have the beginning. You have the interest, isn't it? You have the interest. You have the amount. So what is year one? Are you going to have any amounts in the investment? Year one, are you going to have any amount at the investment? Are you going to have any amount in the investment year one?
Oh,
You're not going to have any investment because the money will be deposited at the end of the year. So we have 0 here. Therefore, no interest, isn't it?
yes.
So at the end of the year, how much will we send to the account?
2510.81.
2510.81. At the beginning of year two, how much will be in the account?
2510.81.
Okay, 2510.81. So the interest will be 500 and the interest rate of what? 12%. So what will be the interest? Joycelyn, are you there?
Yes.
What will be the interest?
What will the interest?
The interest is what?
Then
What is the interest amount?
3013
Three.
30.30.
We don't, after that, we don't do 30. 30. 301 points. 30. Are you okay?
Yeah.
So what will be the amount at the end of the year?
2812.1.
Okay. So at the beginning of the year, how much will be the balance there? The same balance from the beginning, from the end of year.
Yeah.
No, it will not be that. This one they will do additional this thing again.
Yeah,
So
yes.
add additional 257.
Yeah. So this will be plus 2510.81. So the deposit will be made at the end of the year, isn't it? So that would be 5322.92. Are you okay? 30.92. So the interest will be earned on this amount, isn't it? The interest is 0.1T, 0.1T times this. What is the interest?
638.
Okay, 638. Okay. This plus this plus 2, 5.
11.5.
I'm getting 8472.48. Am I correct?
I thought you add the 572 at the end.
It's not 5. You is the at the end it will be the amount which is 2510.81. That is the
Oh,
amount that they are depositing at the end of every year.
okay.
So we don't add the balance. No. You see the balance on this account will be at the end of the year will be this 5322.92 plus the interest. Are you getting it?
Yes.
And the company will now put additional money that they are depositing at the end of every year, which is a 2510.81.
Okay.
So it's not that we are adding this balance. It's not that we are adding the opening balance. This one is just a coincidence that the opening balance is equal to the amount that they are transferring at the end of every year. Are you okay?
Okay.
All right. Are you okay now?
Yes.
Okay. Year 4, what will be the balance on the account? It will be 8472.48. Am I okay?
Yes.
What will be the interest?
1,016.6.
Okay, that will be 0.12 times this 1,070. Okay. So what will happen? At the end of the year, what will be the balance? It will be this plus the annual transfer. Okay. So we have, let me try something and see. So if you add it, what are you getting?
Okay.
If you add 872.48 plus 1016.70, then you add the annual transfer to it, you get 12,000 point something something. How much are you getting? Jocelyn, how much do you get? Okay, it's because of the approximation. So at the end of the day, you can just write the future value over there, the one that you have gotten, which is 12,000. You can just write the 12,000 there. Or you can write the full answer and say that, okay, the difference in the figure is due to the approximation. Are you okay? Are we okay now? Okay. Cook, are you fine there? Era, are you
Yes,
okay there?
Yes.
Okay, so you can try the next question. So assuming the first payment will be made now and 12 months thereafter. This is annuity due, isn't it? Okay, we have soft question on that one too. Let's finish the loan amortization. Okay, loan amortization. So the loan amortization, what we are trying to do is that if you go to bank and take loan for 5 years, how did the bank manage to calculate the interest on the loan and also the principal amount that you should be paying at the end, or the amount that you should be paying at the end of every quarter or every year or every month, depending on the terms and conditions of the loan agreement. So we are going to look at how much or how does the bank manage to get the amount that you'll be paying at the end of every year, at the end of every 6 months, and those kind of things. That's what we are coming to do under the loan amortization. If you go to the bank for the loan, would the bank say that go and come after 5 years for the loan. If you go to the bank for loan, but the bank says that you need a loan now, but we can't give it to you now. Go and come 5 years time for the loan, for the money. Is that what they're going to tell you?
No.
They will give you the money at that time, isn't it?
Yes.
So the money that you are taking at that time becomes the present value or the future value. The money that you are going to take at that time, is it the future value or the present value? If you go to bank and you say you want to take loan, you go on Friday, they give you 100 million. Is the 100 million a future value or present value? Present.
Yes.
It's present value, isn't it? So for loan amortization, what we do is that we use the present value of annuities. Present value of annuities. We use present value of annuities. The bank can say you should be paying at the end of every year or at the beginning of every year. The bank can say pay at the end of every year or at the beginning of every year. They are all the same thing. So you use either the present value of ordinary annuity or you use the present value of what? Annuity due. It depends on what the question is saying. Are you okay? All right, let's look at the first example. For loans, we use present value of annuities. For sinking fund, we use future value of what? Annuities. Are you okay?
Yes.
All right, let's come here. Mr. Hanson borrowed 200 million from her bankers to buy her dream house. Repayment is over 4 years and first payment is due 1 year from hence. She will make equal payment to amortize both the principal and the interest, which is calculated on reducing balance basis. The bank will charge 5% above its current base rate of 23% per annum. Okay, let me take it again. Mr. Hanson borrowed 200 million from her bankers to buy her dream house. Repayment is over 4 years and first payment is due 1 year from hence. What payment is due 1 year from hence? What is the meaning? Payment is due 1 year from now, isn't it?
Yes.
So that means that he is going to pay at the end of every year, isn't it?
Yes.
If it's due 1 year, so maybe if today is January 1, he's going to pay at the end of the year, which is 31st December. That's what they're saying. To make equal payment to amortize both the principal and interest, which is calculated on reducing balance basis. The bank will charge 5% above its current base rate of 23% per annum. So what will be the interest rate? What will be the interest rate? What will be the interest rate?
28.
28. The current interest rate is what? Is 23%. But the question says that the
Yeah.
bank will charge 5% above. So the bank is charging 28% interest. Are we there? Are we there?
Yes.
But
Yes.
how will you go and borrow money and build a house? Do you think that is a proper investment? If you build a house just for yourself, no, how will you get the money to pay the interest? If you are renting, we say, okay, that is a nice investment. So the rental incomes that you're going to get will be used to set off the interest. But just for yourself, it's a bad investment. But let's move on. Calculate Mr. Hansen annual payments. So the 200 over here becomes the present value of the loan, isn't it?
Yes.
So how much would the person be paying at the end of every year? Show by a table how the annual payment to liquidate the loan and interest. Let's come to how we go about this. If you count to loan amortization, the payment will be made at the end of every year, isn't it? Which is, if the payment will be made at the end of every year, it means that this is annuity due or ordinary annuity.
Ordinary.
Ordinary. So we use the present value of ordinary annuity. How do we calculate present value of ordinary annuity? The present value is calculated as C, or we can make it A, which is the amount, into brackets, 1 minus another bracket, 1 plus r or exponent negative n bracket closes or divided by r, isn't it? Okay. So let's
Please,
come here.
so sheet is zoomed, so we can't see.
It's zoomed.
Yes, yeah, enlarged.
Okay, so you can't see what I'm writing.
Just a portion of it. The other portion is hidden.
So can you see this one?
I mean, because of the other portion is missing because the returns are large.
So can you
And
see
so
now?
now, yes.
Okay. So what is the present value from the question?
200 million.
200 million. 200 million. So the present value is 200 million. So we have 200 million is equal to, do we know the amount that we will be paying at the end of every year?
No.
No. So what we do is that we now have our into brackets 1 minus 1 minus, what is the interest rate? 28, eh?
It's
Into
28%.
bracket 1.28 or exponent what?
4, negative 4
Negative 4
divided by
or divided by 0.28.
0.2.
So do it and give me the distance. 200 million is equal to. So if you do that one, what are you getting? If you do just do the one that you can do. A there you don't know, so just do 1 minus 1 minus 1 minus into bracket.
I have 2.24.
2.241.
Oh.
Make it to 3. So it will be 2.241. Are you okay? 241. Are you okay now? 2.241. Just now, are you okay there?
Yes.
Okay. So what do? We divide both sides by 2.241 to get our what? Our amount, isn't it?
Yes.
200 million. 200 million divided by the answer. What are you getting?
89.25.
89.25, isn't it? 89 million point 25. It's 89.25 million. Are we on the same path? Are we on the same path?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that is the amount that you'll be paying. That is the amount that you'll be paying at the end of every year. So how do you find the loan amortization? This is how we do it. We have the year, we have the amount at the beginning. So let me put the beginning over here too. Beginning. Then you put the interest here. Then you put the amount that you'll be paying at the end of every year. Or you can say payments. The amount that you'll be paying at the end of every year. Then you have the end, which is the closing balance. Okay. Year 1. What will be the amount at the beginning of this thing? How much will you be having? How much will you be owing the bank?
200 million.
200 million, isn't it?
Yeah.
What will be the interest that you're going to pay on this? The interest rate is 28%.
56 million.
56 million. Are we on the same path?
Yes.
Okay. But at the end, how much are we going to be paying the bank? 89.25.
89.5.
So what will be the balance on your account now? how much will you be owing the bank now? How much will you be owing the bank?
166.75.
Are you sure?
Hey.
Okay, sorry.
So it will be 256
I'm the one who did the
minus.
mistake. So it will be 200 plus 56. That is the amount that you are owing the bank at the end. But you paid 89 point this one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So you will be owing the bank 166.75. Jocelyn, do you get it?
No, if you can check it again.
So you are owing the bank 200 million at the beginning, isn't it? You are owing the bank 200 million at the beginning, isn't it?
Yeah.
You have agreed that you'll be paying 89.25 million at the end of every year to settle your loan. So
Okay.
from the beginning to the end, you will still be owing the bank 200 million, and the bank is charging 28% interest. So you'll be owing the bank interest of 28% on a 200 million, which is 56, isn't it?
Yeah.
So at the end of the year, you're supposed to be owing the bank the principal, which is 200 million plus the interest charge, which is 256. But you have paid 89 million.25. It means that the money that you'll be owing the bank now will be 256 minus the amount that you have paid. The amount that you are owing at the end plus minus the amount that you have paid. Are you okay?
Okay. Yeah.
So we have the 256 minus the amount that you'll be paying, which is 89.25. Okay. At the beginning of year 2, how much will you be owing the bank?
166.75.
166.7 what? 5. And what will be the interest that you are going to pay on this amount?
So here the question is, do we calculate the interest on the 200 million or 166.75?
No. I mean the 200 million you have paid part already. So the amount remaining on your balance is the one that you're going to charge the interest on. The bank is going to charge you the interest on the amount that you are owing them, not the amount that you have taken from them. Are you okay?
Yes, sir.
So they will charge
So
the interest on your current balance now. That will give us how much?
46.69.
46.69.
69.
So what will happen at the end? You pay, isn't it? You pay
Yes.
89.25. So sometimes what people do is that people can, you see the payment over here, they can
They
split
write
it
it 12.
between interest and principal. So you can see that the interest is what? 56, isn't it? For the first year, the interest is 56, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So you are paying 89.25. So if you are paying interest 56, how much will be left? If you take 56 out of the 89.25, how much will be left? If you take 56.89.25, how much will be left?
33.25.
So it means that you have paid all the interest, but you paid 33.25 of the principal too, isn't it?
Yes. Okay.
So sometimes because of the people can split the 89.25 to the principal payment and then the interest payment, but that one is a waste of time. So let's go. So we have 166.75 plus 46.69 minus what? 89 point what?
25, which is
124.1.
124.19. So
124.19.
okay, so at the end of the year, at the beginning of year 3, how much will you be having as a balance you are owing the bank? Is 124 point what?
124.
So how much will be the interest that you pay?
34.78.
34 point what?
78.
Okay. So you pay what? At the end, how much are you paying? 89.25. The payment is equal amount at the end of every year. Are you okay?
Yes.
So how much will be the balance on your account now?
69.72.
69.72. So year 4, what will be the balance on your account?
69.72.
70. And you pay You pay interest of how much?
$19.5.
Then what are you going to do? You pay the 89.25 at the end again, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. And how much will be your under normal circumstance, the balance should be zero at the end because you have paid this 4 years. So you have to finish paying at the end of the 4 year, isn't it?
Yes.
So how much will be the opening balance now? It will be 0 point something something because of that transformation.
Yes.
So what you do is that you see the difference over here. The difference over here, write it off against the interest. Reduce the interest by that amount. Reduce the interest by that amount so that at the end of the day you have zero. You have the zero because at the end of the 4 year you should finish paying the loan. So whatever difference that you are going to get, subtract it from the interest so that at the end of the year, if you subtract the amount that you are paying from the total amount that you should be owing the bank, you get zero as a closing balance. Are you okay? So subtract the
Okay.
0.011 something from the interest payments and you get zero at the end here. The end should be zero. The end should be zero. So this is how we do the loan amortization table. This is how we do the loan amortization table. Okay, let's fix some past questions and we tutorial questions. We have solved these ones already. Let's fix some past questions on there. Okay. Okay, we have solved the A, the A part. Let's look at the B part. Let's look at the B part. OBT Limited is offering 5 million units of 15-year bond with a face value of 100 million each. So what will be can we move on now?
Yes, please.
So OBT Limited is offering 5 million units of 15-year bonds with face value of 100 million each. What is the total value of the bond? What will be the total face value of the bond?
500 million.
That would be 500 million. So it will be 500 units multiplied by the value per bond, which is 100 Ghana cedis each. Though the bonds are being offered at a price of 95 Ghana cedis each, the bond will be redeemed at a premium of 10%. So you can see that they are issuing the bond at a discount, isn't it? A discount of 5 cedis. But whenever you are issuing a bond at a discount, the bondholders, people who are buying the bond, will still hold the bond at the actual value, which is the 5 million. But you are going to incur that the discount cost of what? The 5 cedis. That is the company that is going to incur the discount cost, not the bondholders. You're not going to tell the bondholders that their value of the bond that they have in the company is 5 million multiplied by 95 cedis. No, you decide to give them the bonds at 95 Ghana cedis. It doesn't mean that if I should come to your shop and buy maybe a tin of milk, or I buy the pack of a milk, the pack of tomatoes paste or something, and you are saying that the actual cost is 200 Ghana cedis, and you are saying that you are going to give me 10 cedis. Does it mean that you are going to give me the pack equivalent to 180 or 190? Are you going to give me the pack equivalent to 190? Okay, let me take it again. I've come to your shop to buy maybe what should I buy? What should I buy so that you have all of them? Maybe a crate of malt, which contains 12. But you are saying that the cost is 200 cedis, but you are going to give me 20 cedis, 20 cedis as a discount. Are you going to give me a crate that will contain 10 malt or 12 malt?
15.
Joycelyn. Joycelyn. Joycelyn, are you there? Joycelyn, are you there? Habakkuk.
So I'm here.
Okay, I'm saying that you are selling provisions, and I've come to your shop to buy a crate of malts. One crate is 12 malts. One crate contains 12 malts, which is 200 Ghana cedis. But you say that you are going to give me a discount of what? 20 cedis. So I'll be paying you 180. And I'm asking, are you going to give me the full crate of malt, which will contain 12, or you give me 10 malts and say that since you are giving me a discount of 10%, you are taking additional 2 malts out? Is that what you are going to do? You give me the 12 malts, which is a full crate, or you give me 10?
I'll give you the full crate because if I take the 2 months out, it's not a discount.
Okay, so it means that you are going to bear the discount, isn't it?
Yes.
So over here, the bond over here will still be measured at the full value, not the discount value, because it is a company that is going to bear the discount. So the bond will still be at the 5 million. But the question is saying that the bond will be redeemed at a premium of what? 10%. Premium means you are going to pay an amount above the actual amount. So you are going to pay 10% above the 5 million. If you are going to pay the people back, you should have paid them what? 500 million, isn't it? Which is the actual value of the bond, isn't it? But now they are saying that you are going to pay at a premium. A premium means the amount that you are going to pay above. You are going to pay 10% above the actual value, which is 500 million. So how much are you going to pay the people now? If you are paying 10% above, how much are you going to pay at the end?
550.
You are going to pay 550 million, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. The annual coupon rate of the bond is 15%. Interest is payable at the end of every 6 months. Interest is payable at the end of what? Every 6 months. Are you okay? Okay. A provision in the bond indenture requires that OBT Limited establishes a sinking fund to accumulate enough money to pay the total redemption value of the bond upon maturity. To comply with this provision, OBT Limited plans to set aside an annual amount at the end of each quarter over the next 15 years. Each of the even amount that will be set aside will be invested at an annual interest rate of what? 12% with quarterly what? Compounding. So what will happen is that how much are you going to be paying at the end of the year? How much are you going to be paying at the end of the 15 years? How much will you be paying to the people at the end of the 15 years? Habakkuk, how much are you going to be paying to the bondholders at the end of the 15 years? How much are we paying? And how much are we making the provision to pay? It's not 550 million.
Yes.
It's 550 million because we are paying at a premium of 10%. So we are paying the people, the money that we have to pay the people at the end of the 15 years is 550 million. So we want to make a provision now. We want to be investing an amount into a sinking fund so that at the end of the 15 years, we are going to pay the people 550. So in this case, the 550 is a future value, isn't it? The 550 is a future value. That is the amount that you'll be paying the people at the end of the maturity of the bond, which is 10% of the actual value. So let me solve it one by one again without that particular one. So what is the bond value? What is the value of the bond?
550.
Let's look at the actual value of the bond, 5 million multiplied by the 100 Ghana cedis, isn't it?
Yes.
At 100 Ghana cedis, which is, so what will be the total amount now?
500 million.
500. What will be the redemption value? What will be the redemption value? Redemption value is at a premium of 10%, isn't it? Redemption value is at a premium of 10%. So that will give you 1.1 times the face value, which is 500 million. So how much will be our redemption value now? It will be 550 watts million. Are you okay? We are redeeming this at a premium of what? 10%. So at the end of the year, you should have paid the people the face value. That's the face value. You buy back the bonds at the face value, which is 1 million, much less 100 million, 500 million. By the end of the 15 million, you are buying your bonds back at a premium of 10%. You are pay 10% excess. That excess is 15 million. So it means that you pay back 500 million for the bond. So what are you planning to do? You are planning to set aside a fund, which you are going to be paying a mutual amount of for 15 years with quarterly compounding, so that at the end of the 15 years, you can accumulate 550 million to pay or to buy back your bond. That's what they are saying. So over here, the question is saying that calculate the even amount that should be put into the sinking fund at the end of each quarter to raise annual enough money to pay the total redemption value of the bond. The total redemption value of the bond is how much? Okay. The total redemption value of the bond is how much?
50 million.
It's 550 million, isn't it? Okay. Yeah. So what are we doing? We are planning to set aside an investment. What is the interest rate for the investment? What is the interest rate for the investment? What is the interest rate for the investment? Each of the even amounts that will be set aside will be invested at an annual interest rate of what? 12% with quarterly what? Compounding. So what is the interest rate? The interest rate is what? The interest rate is 12%. With quarterly what? Compounding. So what would be the quarterly rate?
3%.
So you just put the 3% over there. It means that you are changing your this thing now to quarterly. So you are changing your interest rate to a quarter. Okay. So the redemption value is now the future value, isn't it? So we have to find the amount. So how do you find the amount? It is future value is equal to the A into bracket, A into bracket, another bracket, 1 plus R, bracket closes, or exponent n minus 1 minus 1, all divided by R. Okay. So our R over here is what?
3%.
What is our R over here?
3%.
3%. So our future value is 550 million, isn't it?
Yes.
Is equal to, do we know A?
No.
We don't know A. So is A into brackets. A into brackets. Now we have 1.03. Am I correct?
Yeah, actually.
Okay. How many years are we doing this for?
50 years.
But now we are changing it to quarter. So how many quarters are in 15 years?
60.
60 quarters. Okay. Or exponent 60 minus 1. Or divided by what? 0.03, isn't it?
Yes.
0.03. Okay. So let's do it. 1 1.03 for the 60. What are you getting? $1.03 for the 60. How much are we getting? $1.03 for the 60. Our calculator people there.
Um,
1.03 for the 60.
5.89
Minus what? 1, isn't it?
minus 1.
Yes.
$4.89.
All divided by 0.3. 0.03.
163.05.
So A is equal to A is multiplied by
163.05.
163.0 what? 5.
5.
Okay. 0.05. So what do we do to get the A? We divide both sides by, isn't it?
163.05.
Okay. Divided by answer. A is now
3.37.
3.37
0.37.
million.
Yeah.
That is the equal amount that you put into the fund. Are we okay? So the only thing is this one is quarterly, so you have to change the interest rate to quarter. The exponent will also be changed to quarter. So this one is future value. The future value is the redemption value, which is 550. It's equal to the A. The A is the equal amount that the question is asking you to calculate. The A is the equal amount that the this thing is asking you to calculate. Let's look at the C parts. The C parts. Let's look at the C parts. So C parts, other part Jam Foods Limited is borrowing 500,000 to finance. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Okay. Other part Jam Foods Limited is borrowing 500,000 to finance a project involving an expansion of its existing factory. It has obtained an offer from Sika Bank. The terms of the loan facility are as follows. Annual interest rate is 22%. Duration is 2 years. Interest method, compound interest with quarterly compounding. Payment plan, equal installment at the end of each quarter. Are you okay there? So what is the amount that they are borrowing?
500,000.
500.
500,000. What is the interest rate?
22%.
22%.
For how many years?
2 years.
How would the interest be paid?
Quarterly compounding.
So what will be the quarterly rate now? Quarterly interest rate now?
5.5.
Okay. Okay, let's move on. So the question is, compute the quarterly installments. Prepare a loan amortization schedule to show the periodic interest charges, installment payments, principal payments, and balance on the loan at the end of each quarter. So let's look at that question. That is also a past question. The first one is a past question. That one is also a past question. So how would the interest be paid? Is it at the beginning of every quarter or at the end of every quarter? The payment plan is what? Equal installment at the end of each what? Each quarter. So
End.
which
Quarter.
which annuity is that? Which type of annuity is that?
Ordinary.
Ordinary annuity. And we say that for loan repayment, we use present value. So we look at the present value of what? Ordinary annuity, which is present value is equal to what? Is equal to the amount into brackets 1 minus another bracket 1 plus r, isn't it? 1 plus r bracket closes 1 plus r bracket closes all exponent negative what? Negative n bracket closes all
Over
divided
R.
by r. Are you okay? Okay.
Yes.
So on the question, what is the present value?
500.
500,000. We know our A.
No.
No. Okay. Then we have 1 minus what?
One is
1 plus
plus
what? 1 plus what? What will be our rate now?
0.05.
Okay,
5.
0.05. Are you okay?
0.055.
Okay, 0.
Yes.
So let me just add a 0.05 here, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Or exponent what?
8 quarters.
8 quarters, isn't it? We have 4 quarters in
Yes.
1 year, so 2 years, 8 quarters. So negative what?
8.
8. And all this answer divided by what?
0.055.
0.05. Are you okay?
5.
Okay. So let's do it one by one and see what I'm going to get.
It's 0.055.
Okay, 0.055. Sorry, it's 5.5.
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry. Okay. So let's do one by one and see. Let's have 1.055 exponent negative 8, isn't it?
Mm.
Is yes for negative 8?
Yes, please.
Okay, you subtract that one from 1. So you have 1 minus that. Okay. 1.055 exponent negative 8. Okay.
Add
1 minus.
6.3.
Okay. So you have 0 point something something. I'm coming in. 1.055. As for negative what?
8.
8. Hey, I'm having 1.0055. I'm having, what did you get?
6.33.
Hey, and I mean I'm getting 1.0, 1.055.
Somebody
Yes.
told can confirm.
I'm having 0.65 something now.
Have you divided it?
No, I didn't divide yet. Okay, sorry. So I have, okay, 6.335.
Yes.
Okay, so I have A into brackets 335. 6.335. So what do we do to find A? We divide both sides by 6.335, isn't it?
Yes.
500,000 divided by. So how much are you getting?
7,892.6.
So A is equal to 78
926.
93
926.
926. Okay, me, I'm getting. Okay, okay,
0.5. 0.60.
okay. Let me maintain my one. So this one. Okay, let's 936.
0.60.
0.60. So let's take that approximation. But sometimes what we do is that you see the A over here. Just say A is equal to 500,000. Then you divide the 500,000 by all these annuity factor. Then you get
Yes,
the answer
926.
926.
78926.60.
Okay, 926.60. Because of the approximation, that is why someone can also do it direct forward, the straightforward, and get a different answer. I did it straightforward and I got 78932.
Oh,
78932. But there's no problem with that. We all assume that is the difference is due to the approximation. Are you okay?
so say if I'm understanding, the loan is based on, like you said, the present value,
Yes.
and then the sinking fund. So the sinking fund, if you are calculating, it should be always either the future value for annuity due or future value for ordinary.
Yes, feature thinking from what you are doing is that you are saving the money towards a future commitment, something that will happen in the future. So you get
The
the money in
future.
the future. But for the loan,
Okay.
you are going to the bank to take the money today. So the money that you are taking today is the present value of the loan.
Okay. So that explanation is what I want to get.
Yes.
That when you are giving for the future, for the sinking fund, that one you apply only the formulas for the future,
Yeah.
either ordinary or annuity for
Yes.
annuity due.
Yes.
Okay.
For the loan is present value. Either
Present value.
yes. Are you okay now?
Yes, please.
We can move on. Okay. Let's come to the loan amortization table. You have this one, it will not be year because we are doing it quarterly, so it will be quarters. Are you okay? So this will be quarters. Then we are going to have amounts, isn't it? Then what will be is that they are saying that we should show the interest payment too. Isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it? Please, can you do the loan amortization? I have CR class, so I want to join. I want to join the CR. CR. Yeah, yeah. I make a close this window. Yeah, make a close them. Yeah, send a link for the group inside. Then I join. Hello. Yeah, my people. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so let's look at the interest payments. Okay, let's look at the interest. Then the payments we do it interest payments and principal what payment principal principal payment. Then we look at the end. We look at the end amounts. Okay, the first quarter. How much are we going to have at the beginning? How much are we owing the bank?
500,000.
500.
500,000. Okay. What is the interest that we are paying on it? The interest rate is what? 5.5, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
So what will be the interest on it? What is the interest?
27,500.
27,500. Okay. So how much are we paying? We are paying 7926.66, isn't it?
7-8.
Yes.
7.8.
7,800.
So 7.8, we are going to pay all the interest amount. So after paying all the interest amount, how much will be left from the 7.8 to pay the principal? Every year we pay all the interest. How much will be left? 51,426.6. Am I correct? You are paying 78926. You are paying all the interest amounts. So how much will be left to pay the principal? You just apply the 27,500 from the total amount that you are paying. Is it 51,426.6?
Yes, 51426.
So what will be the total amount that you'll be owing? What will be the amount that you'll be owing at the end of
51426.
what will be the amount that you'll be owing? You'll be owing the bank at the end of the first quarter. How much will you be owing the bank at the end of the first quarter? Let's hurry up. I have another class. How much should you have paid the bank at the end of the year?
421 78926.60.
You'll be owing the bank. You are owing.
421.
Okay. So it will be the amount that you have at the beginning plus the interest, the amount that you have paid, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, I got my calculations wrong.
So you'll be paying 448573. You are owing the bank 500,000 at the beginning with interest of 27,500. So you should have paid the bank 527,500, but you have paid 78,926.64 out of that.
Yes.
So how much will be left? That is the money that you'll be owing the bank at the end. At the beginning of the first quarter, the second quarter, how much will you have with the bank? How much will you be owing the bank? Is a 448, that particular one, isn't it?
Yes.
So you put it here, you calculate your interest on it, you put it here. The interest payment, you bring all the interest that you have calculated, you put it here. Then you subtract the interest payment from the amount that you're supposed to pay. The remaining balance will be the principal payment. If you want to know the amount that you are owing the bank, it is the amount at the beginning plus the interest minus the total amount that you have paid. You put it here. The next quarter, you do the same thing. We continue next week. I have CR class, so I'll see people next week. Next week, we are going to look at cost of capital. So I will send a note to the platform, cost of capital. All right. Okay. So see you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. I hope you don't have any problem with this one. So we are going to continue
You guys have to go over.
To go over what?
No, I'm saying that we just have to go over.
Go over which one? The loan amortization?
Everything that you taught today.
On our own, no, maybe later on.
Oh, not you.
I mean, I thought you mean. Then I wanted to say something to you, Gra.
No, don't say anything. For now, we are okay. We just revise.
Okay, go over. I have class, so I will see you.
All right.
Thank you.